What's this?
Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me for Torment Tides of Numenera, episode 847,000. No, it's the next episode, guys and gals. We're having fun, we're going through town, we're talking to people, we're activating weird, demonic, evil clocks, or maybe normally, totally, perfectly fine clocks. I don't know. We're having fun, though. We're enjoying ourselves, we're doing stuff, and it's cool. I like it.
Yes. Now.
The complex machine shimmers in the air when you look directly at it. Yeah. Examine the machine again. The machine wobbles in the air, seeming to be in several states at once. Reach for the silhouetted figures. Your hand passes straight through the clock face, the figures, the entire structure, as if the entire machine wasn't even there. Well, we'll step away from the clock. I guess we have to talk to these guys now?
Alright.
Alright, well, let's go to click these thingies. Oh. As you approach this device, Circus Minor changes around you. People are dressed differently and speak differently. Whole new structures appear, including an enormous building rising from the edge of the square. You look down at the device, a series of images flit across its surface. They don't appear related to the changes around you. You see faces of other people and places, all of them familiar. Look more closely at the changes around you. Circus Minor looks almost completely different. All the people are dressed strangely, and though they speak the truth, they use many terms and phrases you don't understand. The square has changed as well. All of the tents are gone. The buildings are more colorful and less weathered. One building in particular rises from the edge of the square, a tower of purple rocks some 50 stories high. A mural is painted on the side, though you can't see the details from here. Okay, let's examine the images. As soon as you focus on them, you feel a warmth on your head where your tattoo is. The images respond to your thoughts, slowing and changing at your whim. It's something about your body that allows you to do this, which perhaps means that only you can even see the images. You immediately recognize the pictures as pieces of memory, specifically the 3 memories you saw back in the fathoms of your mind. Look at the memory of the underwater city. The memory is recent. 2 men, both with tattoos like your own, are in the underwater city searching for something. The denizens of the city chase them from their quarry and ultimately surround and capture them. As you review the memory, you get a strange feeling in your mind that you can only describe as a query. The device wants something from you. Suddenly you remember the memories in the device are possibilities, but you can lock one of the memories here so it is the only one that displays. You don't remember what purpose that served, though. I guess we'll lock this memory here. Images of the 2 men in the underwater city are now the only images that play on the surface of this device. They search for something, are chased, and they over and over and over and over again. Alright, let's leave the device alone. We'll go to the next device. This is weird. A strange feeling overcomes you as you approach this device, as if someone were sneaking up on you in the corner of your eye. When you look, there is no one there. It feels like something is different, though, but you can't quite put your finger on what. Cool. A series of images float across the surface of the device. They don't appear to be related to the changes around you. You see faces, blah, 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 blah. All of them seem familiar. Let's go with the city under siege. Somehow you know this memory is ancient. It might have occurred 1,000 years ago. A man and a young girl race through the streets of Sagas Cliffs. All around them, the city is attacked by terrible people. The Tabit. You recall, the man takes them to the ancient machine somewhere in the city. Then he and the girl disappear. All right, let's lock the. Let's lock this memory into the device. The images of okay, they're locked in. Should we be doing the same memory for all 3, or what are we doing here? As you approach this device, Circus Minor is thrown into chaos. Buildings are on fire, people are screaming and running for their lives while armored soldiers hunt them. None of them seem to pay attention to you, though it's some kind of vision, not reality. You glance down at the device, a series of images float across the surface. Yeah. hold on. Let's look more closely at the changes around us. I think we have to lock specific memories into this. Circus miners under attack. Squads of armored soldiers in the streets are hunting and killing everyone they find. Mobs of people flee in terror, with only a few hapless souls trying and failing to fight them off. The soldiers are completely encased in jagged metal armor. You can't even tell if they're human. Looking beyond the carnage of the square, the square in this vision looks wildly different. Many of the buildings are on fire or don't exist at all when you step away from the device, having been replaced by other structures. I think this is the one of the besieged city. Okay. Smash the device open. Why would I want to do that? Let's leave the device alone. I'm going to go back to the middle one. I didn't check that one out. It's hard to tell what. The Lush Valley. Somehow you know the memory is from a long time ago, centuries ago, probably. A man and a woman, both with tattoos like your own, are surveying a lush, secluded valley for some purpose you cannot recall. Look more closely at the changes around us. The changes are difficult to notice at first, but after a moment you figure it out. The circus miner is the same, but the crowd is different. Most of the people in the stalls and buildings are not the same as the ones you've seen around the square. Those few you do recognize are younger by several years. I think this one's going to be the underwater city. There's a 2-minute underwater city, playing an endless loop. Leave the device alone. Then we'll try switching this one to whatever it is. I don't remember what this one was now. Was it a long time ago or was it recent? More closely around us. Everyone's dressed strangely centuries ago, so this one must be the Lush Valley. Okay, so let's leave the device alone, and what did we do?
Ready.
Let's go back and see. I don't know if we did it right or... Huh. Step away from the clock. Why is this one not here?
Fine.
Besieged city. There we go. As soon as you lock this third image, a final surge of energy arcs through the air from the device to the clock itself. The clock shines for a moment, then becomes solid, fixed into a single state. Oh no, what have I done? At the same time, the device in front of you goes dark. The images disappear, as does a strange view of the city's past. Well, I figured it out. That's good. That should have stayed locked. I don't know why it didn't. Oh no.
Making a note.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be thrilled with me. That's very loud. You fixed the clock! I knew you could do it! I knew it! She shoots a triumphant smile at Mimian. You must tell us what you saw. Who were those figures? Were they cast-offs? What did they say? Were you able to retrieve them? Patience, Cass. We must first congratulate our guest. He turns to you. Masterfully done, revered one. A performance worthy of your sire. He bows gravely to you. You are most welcome here. Sweet. Unfortunately, your task is not entirely complete. We told you our price. The decision stands. Return when you have the knowledge that you promised. Yes. Son of a... The machine is solid now. Each of the 3 clock faces show a single time, though none of them point to any time measurement that you understand. Lean closer to the central clock face. The 3 shadowy figures still lurk within. Their features almost discernible now. Suddenly, the figures surge out of the clock toward you. Intense pressure strikes your head like a steel spike. Then everything goes black.
Making a note.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Especially with our guy being weak. Oh, we may be in a battle here. Oh, it's just us by ourselves. Well, because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Well, there are the 3 folks. We have a villain. It's a villain. We have villain. We have Divyatiku. Sure. Divyatiku. Divyatiku? I've got nothing. And Kamos. Let's talk to Kamos.
Of course.
Sup, Kamos? The three figures before you are disoriented. They don't seem to notice you at first. All three of them have a tattoo like yours. They're all cast-offs. What befell us? The woman is dressed in powerful-looking armor. Her face bears several scars. Her eyes have the innocence of a child. Did he do something? Are we still in the clock? I do not believe so. The second figure is tall, dressed in all black. Its height is exaggerated further by a violent fish-like crest on the top of his head. Okay. Not violent, but violet, sorry. Its large yellow eyes are squinted, scanning all around. There was a man outside the clock, but it wasn't... It was him, the third figure points at you. He is small, wiry, and tense, as though he expects danger. He carries a shield on his back. He's a cast-off, he says. Looking at your tattoo. Can't say I recognize him, though. Who are you? The woman steps forward. We beg your forgiveness, friend, brother. We have been through quite the trial. I am Kamos. These are my friends Diavathiku and Villan. We are cast-offs like you. She looks you up and down, her brow slightly furrowed despite her kind demeanor. We were ingested into your head. I saw it. How is that possible? He eyes you suspiciously. Who are you? I'm a cast-off like you. I'm the latest one. Sweet. Gold and silver have been raised. The latest? She raises one eyebrow significantly higher than the other. That's not possible. We faced the changing god mere days ago, and you are not the body he wore. I think we might have been trapped in that clock for centuries, Kamos. Something about it messed with our perception. The Varjelin, I don't know, looks up at the ceiling, or where the ceiling would be if there was one. Time is an illusion. How long is the wrong question? It turns its enormous bulbous eyes to you. What is this place? Where are we? Somewhere in my mind, I think. The Varjelin shuts his eyes. 6 nostrils open wide as it inhales deeply. Yes, perhaps you are right. Our consciousnesses were ripped from our bodies when the changing god activated this clock. Then, when you appeared, it happened again. Our minds ripped from their chronal prison. It looks to its friends. I cannot be certain, but I believe this is part of some vast mental construct. He turns to you. Your mental construct. His eyes become nearly as large as the Varjelin's. What? You mean we just went from one prison to another? He grips you by the shoulders. You did this! If this is your mind, then let us out. I don't know how to get out of here. Why did the changing god trap you in the clock? That's a good question. Ah, yes. She looks down, embarrassed. The 3 of us once worked alongside our sire, helping him with his research after he'd brought the Order of Truth to Sagas Cliffs. We saw him for what he was. Selfish, arrogant. He doesn't care about us, not a single one of his children. He crosses his arms and looks away bitterly. All of his projects were always about him. He didn't care if anyone got hurt in the process. We betrayed him. Unlike the others, the Varjelin looks you directly in the eye. We meant to stun him, to capture him before he could escape to another body. But he was too quick for us. He activated the clock, tearing our minds from our bodies and trapping us eternally. Well, I don't know how to get out of here. Relax, friend, brother. Whether for days or centuries we survive that clock, we will survive this. If time is an illusion, then it is not our enemy. We will find a way. Why can't you get us out of here? Weren't you listening? We were trapped in that clock for centuries. I'm looking for a way out. Believe me, but if Diavathiku says it's your mind, then it's your show. So long as we live, there is hope. One of us will find a way. I don't see a way out. The Varjelin stretches its neck, putting its face within the handspan of yours. It seems to be examining you. Then it says, your mind. Only you have the power to change. What he's trying to say is that this place was created for your body, or perhaps by your body. Our sire placed within each of us unique gifts and abilities. For example, I have never heard tell of another cast-off who could trap consciousnesses the way you have. She gives you a warm smile. He would not have created this space for you without also giving you a means by which to move through it. Think, what other gifts did our Creator bestow upon you? I chose an aspect of myself when I was born, deep in the heart of this labyrinth. Is that it? Divyatko shakes his head. I can see what you speak of, it says, and you get a momentary impression that its eyes can see through you. This aspect describes you. Just as I am a Varyelan, Villain is an observant, and Kamos is foolish. I object to that characterization. He gives a kind chuckle. He's not wrong, and you know it. At her wounded look, he raises his hand placatingly. It's the truth. Anyway, you've gotten us out of twice as much trouble as you get us into. The Varyelan speaks to you. These aspects are descriptors of who we are, but they are not us. That you choose your aspects says quite a lot, but I do not believe that is enough to set us free. Well, I'm a fighter, a glaive. Her smile is wide and friendly. Of course you are. It is as plain as we are congeneric by look alone. You see, that's just the type of thing that you do. It was a path for you to choose, not something our sire gave you. Nor is it a means to freedom. Well, I did build a path out of a deep fathom in my mind by recovering my memories I had lost. How about that? Perhaps, if there were any memories here to recover. He curls his lips and looks around. Maybe I just don't know what memories look like, but I don't see anything. That would seem that we are in agreement, Velan. I don't think I have the ability you're talking about. You must! She looks at her companions and then back to you. We each have our gifts given to us by our sire for a specific purpose. His purpose, of course, but a purpose nonetheless. She presses a hand to her chest. They say, for example, that, foolish though I may be, I have nigh magical gifts of speech. That is not something I chose nor learned, but it is who he made me to be. Okay. He rubs his hand along the edge of his shield. I am a master of defensive arts. Our sire learned them when he was in my body. He probably built my body to excel at it. Wouldn't call it a gift, but it's me, yeah. I am one with the shadows. I live in them. I breathe them. This is not some esotery I discovered, but a unique ability our sire chose for me while he was in my body. She gives you a kind smile. The gift is in you. Perhaps you just forgotten. Our sire wouldn't have made this place for you without granting you the power to get out. Focus. Find the answer inside yourself. Shut your eyes and search your memories for this ability that they speak of. Now, let me look around. I'll be back.
I'm going.
There's not really much to look around or do.
Of course.
I'm
going.
Well, that was not very fruitful. Alright, three of them all remembered blah 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 strange way. Alright, well, I'm gonna shut your eyes and search your memories. Oh, here we go. You shotgun through your memories, you rifle through your memories, past everything you actually remember to those memories you did not create yourself. There must be a key or a door, anything that would help you escape this fathom of your mind. Just as you're about to give up, you find something. A cluster of sparks, nascent abilities deep within the core of your being. You sense the abilities to speak eloquently, to use a shield with a master's skill, to lurk among the shadows as though they were home.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Hey, advancement. Your travels have left you more experienced, allowing you to advance. This will grant you a choice of improving your statistics, skills, or abilities. To do this, open your character sheet. None of these seem particularly suited to creating a path out of this place, but as you sift through them, you know that you are trapped here. Not because it is some puzzle your sire left for you to solve, but because you are not yet whole. This is another part, the last part of deciding who you are. In completing yourself, you will be able to open a path back to the calm of your mind. Oh boy, this looks confusing. But very beautifully done, by the way, guys and gals. The UI and everything about this game is just absolutely gorgeous. They did a fantastic job with it. Really good job. Brandishes a silver tongue, breathes shadows, or masters defense. You know the right thing to say in every situation. There is no obstacle that cannot be overcome with words. Natural charisma. Ha! Your focus grants you additional abilities regardless of your chosen type. Each provides benefits both in battle and out of it, and is geared toward a particular approach. You hide in the folds between dimensions, evading even the most watchful eye. Emerging, you rend reality and your enemies along with it. Nocturnal. Hey, cool. Weird. Surprise! If this character is hidden or targeting an enemy that is blinded, yay, cool. And then Master of Defense. You study techniques to defend yourself and others, physically and mentally, in any situation. Ends turn immediately whenever... I already have that. Whenever an attack... No, I have the Overwatch one, never mind. Whenever an attack misses you, you make a basic attack against that enemy if it is in range. There is no limit to the number of attacks that can be made this way. Or Shield Master. Well, I think Breeze Shadow is probably the closest thing to what I'm gonna get, so... Ooh, shiny, sparkly. That's it! You did it! Does this mean we can go back to the real world? I don't think so, Valon. But it does mean we are free, finally. He turns to you. Thank you, friend. Go, we will follow. I just want to point out that I, ate one of your, identities, just so you know.
Ready.
Just in case you guys were curious, I ate the Eater of Shadows' ability to eat shadows. Oh, good, another one of these. Oh! He knocked me through. Man, the Sorrow really doesn't like me. At all. Not even a little bit. I know I'm kind of a big deal, but still. Oh, it's our friend. Hello. Huh. Neat. I saw what happened. Are you alright? That thing almost killed you. What did happen? It blasted you out of that part of your mind. It's not good. His voice is somber. The sorrow must be gathering its strength, taking spaces in your mind to keep you from reaching your full potential. I don't know why it doesn't just destroy you. Maybe the fragments aren't strong enough yet. It's alright, though. We have more important things to do, right? Like get that chamber fixed. Are you always here? He shrugs. Where else would I be? Well, I found the resonance chamber, but it's broken. Yeah, I saw that. I don't see everything you do out there in the world, but I definitely saw that. You have to find a way to fix it. Well, what should I do now? With the chamber broken, I'm not sure. We need to find someone who can fix it. The chamber is our only hope. Without it... how did deactivating the clock in the real world open that other fathom? Who knows? It probably triggered something in your mind that made a bridge you didn't have before. Maybe you did have the bridge once, but you lost it. Could other fathoms open like that? Maybe. You've already made a lot of changes to this place. At this point, nothing would surprise me. Well, how do I get back this time? The portal's still there. I don't see why it wouldn't work twice. If this is my mind, why don't I remember this place? I told you as much as I know. It's your mind, and that means you're in control. You just need to figure out how to unlock its secrets. I don't know how, but I think the resonance chamber will do that for us. It'll unite us, make us whole again. Somehow I have a feeling that the resonance chamber is like a really bad thing. Is there anything to do while I'm here? You mean apart from being the cabaret acts, distilleries, and endless adventure just behind the next wrinkle in your mind? He jabs you in the arm with his elbow. Ha! And if you believe that... Sorry, but it's your mind. There's nothing like that here. I've looked. Still, you've changed things plenty already. I wouldn't be surprised if something showed up here eventually. Cool. Has anything changed since the last time I was here? Look around. It is your mind. Tell me about this place again. You know what I know. You're not very useful, man. Tell me who you are again. I'm you, a piece of you that broke off when the Sorrow attacked us. Alright, well, I'm out of here. The portal has collapsed into this tiny pulsing sphere. Something about it strikes you as angry, though you'd be hard-pressed to say why.
Yes.
Well, this does look a bit different. There's a lot more crystalline areas and such.
On it.
And much further distance that we have to travel before getting to where we need to go. The swirling depths flicker with mysteries and powers you cannot define. The Sorrow shattered the mirror leading back to the dark fathom. Glass shards hiss when you touch them.
Alright.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to break out the episode here. In the next episode, we will go back to the real world, and we will do our very best to figure out exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Still, this is all very interesting. I love a good story, and so far this story has been the best I've seen in a long time. So I'm a big, 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 big fan. Hopefully you guys are enjoying everything as we continue on. Until the very next episode, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.